Hello everyone and welcome to my next video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. And in this video I'm going to be diving into Dimensions End Tier 20 and I am going to be taking a team of Lightning, Ramza and Amidatelion with a Brothers Summon. So we are finally here at D20 and I have been diligently stashing away my Amidatelion waiting for this moment when I can actually bust them out in order to tackle this stage, because they are absolutely busted. And of course, Amidatelion and Lightning together is just the absolute meme dream team. And this is like the most difficult Dimensions End by far, because even though it's a Chaos level quest, it's basically a secret Lufenia without an orb. In fact, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have an orb. Yeah, it doesn't, but it's quite challenging because we have to go against the Blackened Will this time. Yes, the Chapter 1 end boss from the story has been brought back and revitalized to act as the boss of DE, which is pretty cool. Except until you actually fight the goddamn thing. And from what I understand, this has several different phases, including one phase where basically you will die if you let it get a turn. There's a phase where it takes almost no bravery damage, so you need a lot of battery. There's a phase where I think you can only really deal elemental weakness damage to it, otherwise you kind of don't do any damage at all. So yeah, it has several lives and it goes through several different phases. Now you might have noticed that the only healing I've got in this party is Ramza, funnily enough, because Ramza's rework gave him heals, otherwise we're just going full balls to the wall offensive. And that is pretty much how we're going to play it, and I have noticed that my Ramza does not have another D-sphere, and I am severely disappointed in myself and need to correct this problem, but I'm going to do that after this. Yeah, so I've got Jack's Call effect for obvious reasons. I've actually got Kryle's Call here as well. Now I wanted to use Kryle in the actual party, but I've already used her in an earlier DE, and I could free her up so that I can use her here. But she's actually better suited against multiple enemies than against a single enemy like we've got here. So she is actually sadly going to have to wait. I did pull her LD, but she's going to have to wait until it's her time to shine for me to actually really, you know, have fun with using her. But she gets to make a cameo appearance here because I figure that the enchant will actually help my burst hit harder. And we've got the combination of Ami and Ramza should just send our initial bravery to stratospheric levels, which should be pretty fun to watch. So yeah, let's jump in and see how we do. I have not played this before. I have seen this in the Japanese version, but I've not played it myself. So yeah, let's just see what happens. Okay, so I know this first phase starts out with like the things on the side. And I think that the enemy like attacks you, yeah, like this. So if you bring along Diabolos or Odin, then you get the passive straight away. And I probably should have brought Diabolos for Lightning's sake. But regardless, let's just see how we do. No time for regrets. Okay. So we can't launch these things, sadly. Yeah, but you can already see the kind of brave regen we're getting on Lightning, so that's going to be a massive help for sure. So we do a... You know what? I'm going to do a Crystal 65, because we really need to just dominate the turn order right now. And let's do an LD. There. Now, we should be pretty much free to do as much damage as we like to this guy. I'm just going to do a HP attack for the battery. Man, lightning is so ridiculous. To see when her like LD and burst weapons were released, she is extraordinarily powerful. Like, she's actually a freak of nature in terms of how strong she is. Because the only thing that nerfs lightning is if you let the enemies take turns. Okay, so let's just yeah, I'll go with an Innovate. Get the debuffs on there. Like, the only thing that really nerfs lightning is those Lufenia orbs that need you to let the enemy take turns, because it's kind of like a power limiter for her. You know what I mean? Otherwise, she is just really, really strong. I'm gonna use Spike Strike here. Okay, I'm gonna do a HP attack, and then I'm gonna EX. So we get the double break. And let's Galvanize for some healing. There we go. Brave Triple Plus actually also does healing. Fun fact. Let me just chill out with lightning for a bit and just use some regular HP attacks. I could use Yukish Ultima, but I'm just going to Mega Flare instead, just to delete A's turn. I think we do need to Spike Strike here. Oh no, the LD ran out. God damn it. Okay, so we can't do turn delay here. We can only do turn deletion. That is good to know. Nope. Sorry, not happening. Get back. Okay, let's get that LD back up. I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to burn out. But I'm hoping we should be fine. That EX would be a waste. I'm going to keep that. There we go. Okay, that is the first form down. Now let's see what nightmare we have waiting for us here. Okay, so I am going to Yukish Ultima here because Lightning is going to use her EX, so we should be fine. Brave attacks other than elemental weakness ineffective. Okay. So this is the elemental weakness where you basically need to deal elemental weakness damage, otherwise your bravery damage is just not going to exist. Yeah, I'm going to use her actual skills. Let's try this for a bit of delay. Okay, excellent. Just going to delete all the turns I can with the Amidatelion. We really do not need this thing taking any. Let's get the Innovate up. Okay, there goes life number 1. Okay, what do we need to do now? All brave gain increased. Okay, so this is the battery stage. This is where you basically won't do any bravery damage, and you have to rely on regen and battery. And you can see how much the battery has increased. It's kind of incredible. What's this buff we're about to run out of? Yuke's Hope. Okay. We need to commit to make sure that doesn't drop off. Yeah, look how little damage we do. That's kind of funny. Let's do this. Let's stall it out of break, so we can like shout to break it. There we go. And then we EX again. So yeah, no turn delay sadly. I am going to do this though. So let's see what frame debuffs we have on it. Oh dear, I've just noticed something. If I use my Jack Call, then I'm going to push off the lightning imperil. So I probably shouldn't do that. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Kind of sucks though, but what can you do, right? Let's not burn out with lightning too quickly here. Oh! Look what we have here. Ah, fuck it. Good enough. Excellent. Defend against break. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that if you get broken, that is bad news. But I don't intend to find out. Okay. So she almost has her EX ready. I don't want to use an LD at this point because it would be kind of a waste. So I'm actually just going to do a regular Ask skill 2. And notice that we don't seem to... Yeah, we need her. We need this. Okay. Looking good, looking good. And then we need to get LD buff back in there. But I also don't want to waste the free skill either. Excellent. Let's just use a skill 2 for the brave regen and rotate into skill 1, and then we can EX. Yeah, so this team, this is a large part of the reason that I was saving Amidatelion for Dimensions End 20, because I knew that they would just be able to just go wild with turn deletion and just save us from having to deal with all of this boss's obnoxious bullshit before it even happens. And it seems to be going to plan. I don't know how many lives this thing has, but on the next life I think I'm going to set up for a burst phase with Ramza over here and with lightning. So I think we'll deal decent bravery damage here, so I think I'm just going to go in and use Ninja Slice. Probably should have waited until after I used the Cryo LD, but you know, hindsight is 20/20. Yeah, let's commit it. Okay, onto yet another life. A deep dark power. An attack from Blackened Will. Okay, this is where you need to not let it take a turn. I beg your pardon. Okay, so this, all enemies, 4 turns, resist down, 1 turn judgment debuff. It could be bad, because we could end up pushing this off. So I really want to use her LD call, but I don't think I'm going to, because that's potentially bad news. So I'm actually just going to use her skill 1 for the elemental weakness bonus, and I'm just going to leave her LD alone for now. Same thing with Jack. I really want to use Jack, but because we've got Ami along, Ami is a pain, man. Look at all the debuffs that we're not able to use. I should have used them at the start. I should have used these debuffs at the start. But yeah, they do say hindsight is 20/20, so fuck it. Okay, let's go. Let's burst. So this is not doing anywhere near as much damage as I hoped it would. Man, it's doing 3,800 bravery damage. Maybe this was the wrong phase to use the burst in. Even with Kral's buff, it's only doing this much. So that's really shit. Okay, so because we got Lightning's burst effect up here, I'm actually just going to use regular ass HP attacks. Because Lightning's burst effect also has a HP damage increasing effect. So everyone else should be able to take advantage of it if I don't go too crazy. Gathering all power. Okay, yeah. So this is its this is its final form. So let's just go into summon, because why the hell not? That's more like it. I should have used the burst in this phase, but you know, you live and learn. Yeah, let's use a skill. Why not? Ooh, this is an LD if ever I've seen one. Look at this bravery. Absolutely delicious. And let's just do more regular attacks. That's what we like to see. Just going to galvanize again for the healing, so and just make it look like we've never been hurt. Should have saved the Mega Flare there. Yeah, let's break it first. And then let's go in with the EX. Okay, that's pretty much it. I think this should be it. There we go. So unfortunately, not only did we not get to really use Kryl in this, but I also really didn't even get to use her LD call properly because I fucked up. But that's going to be my run through of DE20. I can highly recommend the combination of Lightning and Ami here. They are absolutely crazy together. And then Ramza I just brought along for the initial bravery and the buffs and what have you. The launch helps too. The LD, you know, has a turn delay launch on it. I mean, you can bring Kryl if you want. I mean, who else is there? I guess you could even possibly maybe bring Ultimecia. I might try that again in the future, just for fun. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. That's going to be my run through of DE20. I hope you enjoyed. And until the next time, take care and goodbye.